It's funny because like you look at past episodes, let's say, what was it? I had two serial killers from like Mexico. Mm-hmm. Last episode was like 2 from Japan, and then these ones are American.
Bro, we've never repeated a topic. Also,
no, we haven't, bro. It's always
that
something
just shows
new.
that there's a lot of crazy shit out
Exactly. Like we'll mention something from another episode, like oh shit, like remember how that happened from this person?
Yeah.
But we never like same thing.
What I got is based on a Mexican like radio show.
Oh shit!
I know you remember. We've talked about some cases of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's La Mano, Peluda and stuff.
Oh, I remember that name. Yeah.
But there's like certain cases that I'm gonna talk about, which are some. One of them is a quick one. The other ones are like more, like pretty creepy.
I got you.
The other one leads to like the end of the show, which is fucking.
Damn, bro. Yeah, because I've heard a lot of crazy things happen on that show. Like overall. Sorry, I'm gonna start the crazy one right away. This is about the ToyBox killer. Okay. So you never heard about him.
No, ToyBox killer. No.
The ToyBox killer. That's his nickname. This is an extremely disturbing serial killer case, and the topics between this case are, like I said, super disturbing, super morbid, and they contain things such as torture, kidnapping, murder, all these type of things. So if you guys don't want to hear that type of stuff, you might want to skip it because it gets really disturbing, bro.
Have they made anything
gross
like about this movie? Like
about this case, movie wise, no, not really. But you can say this case in general inspired a certain movie though, which I'll talk about at the end. But yeah, it's crazy. So the ToyBox killer. A lot of people would say that this serial killer is actually more disturbing and more crazy than Jeffrey Dahmer. And a lot of people like to say he's like one of the worst ones, So, and I agree on this. This guy's way more insane, bro. Yeah. Like, it's actually gross what he would do.
That's actually crazy.
ToyBox killer, real name being David Parker Ray, a.k.a. the ToyBox killer. Now, he was a serial killer who would kidnap, rape, torture, and kill numerous women for decades in New Mexico. For a while he's doing this, bro. For a long while. And he owned a trailer, like a normal mini trailer, you know what I'm saying? And he soundproofed it and had hundreds of items inside that he would use on his victims for disturbing, crimes and all the things he would do. And he called that trailer the ToyBox. That's the nickname that he gave it. Yeah. Now, and it's crazy because one of his victims actually that he kidnapped, she would actually end up escaping and was able to help get him arrested. And I'm going to go through all of this. I'm getting to the case in detail, how he started, everything. So this is how it starts. Now, David Parker Ray, the ToyBox killer, he was born on November 6th of 1939 in New Mexico. So that was his hometown, home state. Growing up, he definitely had a troubled past. So he had a lot of abusive parents, basically, that were really strict as well. For a majority of his life, he lived with his grandparents. And they were really strict and religious. They weren't abusive, but they were really strict and religious. It wasn't his actual parents that were the abusive ones, basically. And his dad would visit him every once in a while, and he was extremely abusive. And he was an alcoholic as well. Now, he would visit him every once in a while. And when he would visit, his dad would, give him, magazines, basically. And this kind of, started a weird, addiction for the ToyBox killer because of that. And during his teenage years, he ended up gaining fantasies, fetishes about kidnapping women, torturing them, and all these different things. That's teenage years is when it started. And after graduating high school, he had gone to the army for a bit. He was later honorably discharged. So he moved back to New Mexico where he worked as a maintenance man for a certain company. Okay. And at this time, he was also visiting bars a lot around his town. He was going out at night, visiting bars. And obviously, this is a way he was looking for his victims. This is how he would attract them, through going to all these bars. And he would take them home. At one of the bars, he also met his wife, who her name was Cindy Hendy. Cindy Hendy was his wife's name. And it's crazy because the way they met, they kind of had the same, fantasies and fetishes, So kidnapping people and torturing them was kind of a thing that kind of turned them on. So they kind of bonded over this. Obviously, she ended up becoming his wife. From there, they just had a relationship, and she was also an accomplice for a lot of these crimes. Oh, shit, okay. So crazy. I don't even know how that happens, bro. How you going to meet someone at a bar and then you end up finding out you guys have the same crazy as hell fetishes, Yeah. It's not like you met someone, you're like, oh, you like Kanye? Oh, me too. I like Kanye.
Yeah, yeah.
No, this is like, oh, you like torturing people and want to rape them?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
No,
How does that
that's
happen? But yeah, so now we get into crimes. We're gonna get into some of this stuff because this shit is gross, bro. Now, David Parker Ray, he owned a cargo trailer that he repurposed it, cleaned it out and everything, and he turned it into what he calls his toy box. Now, the toy box is soundproofed, so no screams, no cries, nothing from the inside can go on the outside. Completely soundproofed. He supplied the toy box with numerous items, such as sex toys, whips, chains, straps, spread bars, clamps, blades, electric shock machines, saws, and more.
Damn.
A bunch of shit in there, bro. So much like torture tools, basically. And it's so wild. So these tools were all used in the act of torturing and sexually abusing his victims. And this went on from 1957 to 1999. So a good while. 57 to 99.
43 years?
Bro, yeah, bro. Yeah. Basically, think about that. Like that's almost near 50 years, bro, that he was doing all his torture and everything. Oh, that's so crazy. It's insane, bro. Damn. And investigators also said that it is said that the price to build a toy box and supply with all its items inside would have costed approximately like over $100,000. So he spent over $100,000 on this cargo trailer, soundproofing it, all the toys and everything. And what's even more crazy is that he would also build his own contraptions. Now I'm talking special chairs with special straps and different stuff like that. And just like tables that would put girls in certain positions and keep them there. Yeah. So he would build this stuff and he would put it in there.
He was that deep into it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. They even found a coffin that had like fur inside, like soft fur inside a coffin, which is like just so random. And then he also had mirrors strapped around the room for his victims so that they would be able to watch themselves be raped and tortured while he would do it. So there's like mirrors everywhere. I'll show you pictures of like the room and everything too. Okay. I'll show y'all. Damn, that's because it's gross, bro. Like this guy was so insane. Like I said, he would build his custom contraptions, everything that would put girls into different positions, and he'd strap them so they couldn't move or anything. And it's so gross, bro, because even documented, it said that while he would do this, not only would David Parker Ray, the toy box killer, rape, torture all these girls, but he would have some of his friends come in and do it as well. Yeah. At one point, even allowing his dog to rape these girls, bro. Like, crazy. And this is all documented and everything. So, on average, it said that he would kidnap 4 to 5 women a year, keeping them up for 3 months inside. So, that is crazy.
Damn, what the hell?
Like, another crazy fact, bro, is that sometimes he would release them back to the world. Like, after he had done his deeds, you know, his crimes. So he'd kidnap them, take them home, torture them, rape them for months, for weeks, whatever it is. He would drug them so heavily to the point where they kind of, like, lose memory a bit. And then he would, like, leave them on the side of a street somewhere at nighttime. Yeah. And that's it. Like, he just leave them. And then they wake up. They don't really even know what happened. And obviously they have no collection of, like, where the toy box is, where the trailer is, or anything. Yeah. So they can't just, like... They have nothing on him, you know? If they were to go to police, they can't do anything because they don't have nothing of what he looks like, nothing of what the toy box looks like on the outside, where it could be, like no information. It is uncertain how many women he had done this to, but a lot of investigators would say it's around the number of 60 people in total that he had done this to. And holy shit, bro. Like the way they came up with this estimation is because Ray also kept a diary, and in the diary he would write in it. He'd contain details of how he tortured his victims, how he dismembered some of them, buried their bodies or limbs around different places. But in the diary, it wouldn't say where he would do it though. It would just say how. So that's how investigators were able to find out about some of that. Yeah. Here's a crazy case about it. Towards the end of his span of his crimes. Now, Cynthia Vigil, she was a woman who was abducted in New Mexico in a parking lot by Ray and his girlfriend, or his wife, Cindy. And that's where she was taken to the toy box and was raped, tortured for a few days. Now, the crazy part is that after a few days, Cynthia managed to escape the toy box. And this happened on March 22nd of 1999. So to escape, she waited for Ray to leave the toy box, obviously. What Ray messed up on was that near where she's strapped on, near her, there was a table and the keys were there to like unlock her. And he just might have forgot that he left the keys there. So she was able to reach for it, get the keys, and she like unhooked herself, took off all the locks on her, and that's how she managed to escape. She ended up running outside as fast as possible, bro. Remind you, she has no idea where she's at. Yeah. She has no clue where she's at. She just runs out, sees that, she's in a trailer, and books it down the street. Hopefully thinking that she could find
just something, right?
Yeah, another house nearby, maybe a car driving by, anything. But she runs down the street as fast as possible. And as she's doing it, she's completely naked as well. So she's running down the street like completely naked. The only thing she has on her is a metal collar. Just like a metal collar on her. That's all she has. So she's running and she finally finds another house nearby. As she's running, she goes up to the door, knocks on it, banging on it, just crying, very desperately for help. And the homeowner opens the door, lets her in, sees that she's naked and everything. So the homeowner's like freaked out, like, what's happening? Calls the police. The police come by. They ask her what happened. She tells them everything. And that's where they're led to the ToyBox, to where David Parker lives. Because now that she escaped, she knows where it's at. She knows how it looks. Right away, they do like a whole-on investigation right away, bro. Like, no need for no warrant or anything, Like, they just barge in because, she's completely naked. Yeah. She's crying and all these different things, Yeah. So, obviously, they go in and act on it right away. That's when they look. Hundreds of investigators were sent to Ray's trailer. Hundreds of them. And they were allowed to take so many pictures to see what was going on. They were finding like weird clues, like I said, like the diary and everything, talking about all the women he kidnapped, raped, and tortured and killed. And they couldn't find any human remains, like at all, around the ToyBox because obviously everything he had done, he buried like bodies and stuff. But nobody knows where, and he wouldn't say where. So they couldn't arrest him for murder because there's no proof anywhere. There's like no heads, there's no bones, nothing, Yeah. There's nothing. So they couldn't really arrest him for that. But obviously they could or were able to arrest him for, kidnapping, raping, torturing, all these different things, which obviously there's so many clues of, because of that. All that shit, yeah. So that happened. And because of that, he was never tried for murder, but he did talk about it, document it, and it's crazy. And then in 2001, he was caught in 1999. And in 2001, they finally did his full trial, and he was sentenced to 224 years in prison for suspected murders, and then, of course, accounts of rape, sexual abuse, and torture. 224 years, bro. Damn. Insane.
That might as well be freaking lifetime.
Yeah, I know, right? Basically, you just say life in jail, but they gave him 200 years. Yeah. 200 years. I don't know. I wonder, too, because, like, just say lifetime, like, after 100... they're kind of done for.
You're done, bro. You can't do anything.
Maybe done. To like, I don't know, make it sound more crazy,
Yeah, true.
Like 200 years in jail. Like, damn, bro. Like, that's 2 lifetimes.
200 years. 2
lifetimes right there. So it's insane. But they did that. And during court and everything, the trials, he also said that once he's in jail, locked up fully, that he would give the police investigators everything and tell them where he buried all his victims' bodies. Now, the crazy part, bro, is that shortly after he got finally locked up, Ray had died due to a heart attack just shortly after at the age of 62. So he wasn't even locked up that long at all, bro. Just like days. Yeah. And then he ended up having a heart attack in jail, in his cell.
Yeah. Damn,
so, like, bro. Not only do investigators not know where these bodies could be buried or anything, but he also passed away. So, like, he didn't even get his full trial. His full jail sentence.
No one will know, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Damn. What about the wife? Do you know anything about the wife?
The wife did get locked up too for being an accomplice and everything. So that also happened. I believe she got a shorter sentence. She got released in 2019. I think it was. She got released in 2019. Do
you think she ever
2 years of parole? What?
Do you think she ever gave anything about fucking?
No, nothing. She didn't, because she got a shorter sentence for being an accomplice for the rape, kidnapping, torture, and all this stuff. Yeah. And then she got released 2019, 2 years of parole with it. Obviously there was like no evidence they could find on murders from him, so they couldn't really do anything on her. So she did get released in 2019, I believe it was. It was at 19 or 21, one of those. So she did get released. She's out now, yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
On parole, on parole type.
It's crazy to think about some of these guys that get out during our lifetime and like they're out now.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
It's insane. Yeah. Think about like, oh shit, they're out there right now. Like what? Somewhere, yeah.
That's crazy.
Do you think they start over, like new lives, like type of new names? Because I feel like if that were to happen, I feel like you'd have to be given a new name and everything.
You think so? Or people would be after you and stuff?
Because
like, to protect you and stuff? Yeah.
People might recognize you and be like, oh, you murdered those people, you tortured them. Like,
they're going to do it to
you. Have to get it to, you have to get it like on yourself.
I feel like, they'll probably protect you in some way.
Something like that.
But it's crazy, though, because imagine you get out and you're like, what if you went back to the place you did all that shit in?
Damn.
Like no one knows, you know?
Yeah. That's wild to think
just
about.
Like a random guy walking.
Oh,
shit. I buried this person here or some shit.
That's
like
crazy,
they're underground right now, bro.
No way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it could literally be like, say it happened, what, you said like in the 60s, right? Whatever. And then from the 60s till now, like they built like a new neighborhood there.
Yeah,
like
new neighborhood.
Body is under that house right now, bro. Shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it could happen.
It could, bro. I feel like it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I think so.
Probably.
Damn, bro, that's trippy to think about. And imagine your house just becomes haunted after that.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
Imagine
bro,
you have like a roaming spirit who was tortured and then ended up getting killed.
If you think about it,
oh my gosh,
a lot of things have died here, like where your house is built on, bro.
Hell yeah, you know? A lot. Like throughout the years and everything before the house was even fully built. Yeah, exactly. Damn. Yeah, that's scary to think about, bro.
Even like from the 90s till now, there's a lot of new places like being built on top of like other things, you know?
Yeah, true that. Yeah, and then there's like places that are being like torn down and then rebuilt.
Yeah.
So even then, it's still the same ground, the same soil. So underneath, you don't know. People could have died there. You could think about the wars and stuff we've had, like the Civil War here in the U.S. and all that. Different things like that, you know?
Yeah, and all the way till now, obviously.
There's like dead bodies everywhere, bro.
That's just
everywhere
crazy,
for different
bro.
reasons. That's so insane, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, so ToyBox Killer, bro, absolutely insane. I'm gonna show you some of the pictures now
of the house
of like the torture room, I guess, or the toy box, I guess. And there's also tape recordings of him like revealing stuff, talking about certain things. Obviously, he had no remorse. He didn't care he got caught and everything. Like he did everything for his enjoyment, you know, like all this stuff. This was his fetishes. So if you guys ever want to check those recordings, you can find them online on YouTube and stuff. They're pretty easy. But I'm gonna show you the pictures. This is what the toy box looked like.
Damn, what the fuck, bro? It's straight up like a, bro. That is crazy.
That's what it looked like inside. All his tools and stuff he would use. Because of how crazy the case was as well, the FBI were also the ones to investigate the whole place. Like they sent them out because, like, it's so insane, bro.
Yeah. What is everything? FBI? What's it stand for?
Federal Bureau of Investigation, really? Some shit like that. Want me to check?
Is that like the real deal?
FBI. Yeah, FBI is. FBI is like that goes in raids and like, what's it called? Research, investigate all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I believe CIA is like the more crazy ones where they're like keeping their eye on shit, you know?
Oh, okay. Like, yeah.
You know, like they're keeping their eye on the shit, like, oh shit, like, hey, watch that. And FBI is like the ones that act on it.
It's crazy to see some of those like documentaries and stuff. Because obviously the investigators like point out different like behaviors that a normal person wouldn't think about, you know?
Yeah. I mean? Different things. It's
like
so
they
insane.
approach things a certain way, which like a normal person wouldn't be able to like crack solve the case, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They go into it deeply.
Yeah, they do.
Like they learn body behavior, stuff like that.
Bro, they'll study you, bro.
Yeah, they will.
How you grew up and stuff, and then see if any of that like affects what you're doing now.
Yeah,
or something like that, you know?
That shit's so crazy to think about, bro. Because it's like literally mind games. They're playing mind games basically. Because like, say they're investigating something and they think you're an accomplice or witness or something. Now they're like, you know, they have you in a room, they're asking you questions, you're being investigated, and they could tell by the way you're sitting, whatever you're doing, like
I know,
that could help them tell.
Sitting and stuff, bro. Or
that could help them tell.
I saw one of them. It was a crazy one. It was like if they ask you a question, and then some people when they're answering, like they quickly look down.
Yeah,
it means like you're lying or
it's
some
like
shit.
yeah, because some
and
people
it's crazy, bro. You know?
that's what I'm saying. Like the body behavior is so weird that they study that. Because like, or if you start tapping and shit, like that's a sign as well. If you're leaning laid back,
it's crazy because I feel like the person doesn't even know like they're tapping. Or,
yeah,
like,
they don't.
Down.
They don't, bro.
You know?
That's what makes the CIA so fucking crazy that they could tell shit like that.
And one other one I was gonna say, fuck, what was it, bro? Oh, like when they're asking you questions and stuff, like they bring in a family member to make you feel like safe.
Yeah.
Or one I saw was they gave like this guy a freaking like teddy bear or some shit, bro, and it made him like feel
like
good to confess everything.
Like comforted and everything. What? That sounds insane. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah.
I guess it could also change the way you answer things as well, huh? Because you're comforted.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're in the room alone and say you did something, you actually did something. Now you're nervous because you're in the room alone, or you can lie easily because you're the only one in the room.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I can lie about this, you know. But if they bring in a family member with you and say you're lying and you know you did something wrong, and the family members there, now you can get like nervous, like, oh shit, I gotta be careful what I lie about right now, because a family member can accidentally expose me or something.
Yeah.
Oh shit, bro.
So yeah, they do all that, bro. They do their investigation.
They do. Sure. Damn, that's insane, bro.
So one of these stories that I have is so I told you about this, you know, the Mano, Peluda and all this stuff.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't know, it was like a radio. How would you describe it? It was like a talk show, right?
Yeah, like a talk show.
Like people, this guy would be like, let's say nowadays he would be live on YouTube. People would join like a call, and then they'd tell like their stories that they have, you know, like
pretty much.
And it was focused mainly on paranormal stories and all this shit, like, you know, haunted stories, all this shit, right? And one of the cases, so this girl was in a relationship with this guy, right? And she was a very jealous girlfriend. And so what, she had like, you know, ideas of him cheating. Like she thought he was cheating, right? Suspected that he was cheating. So what she did, which is crazy, and she bought a Ouija. The Ouija board?
Yeah.
She bought the Ouija board. And she asked the Ouija board if like her man was cheating.
No way.
Yeah, if her man was cheating. And that was the purpose of her buying it. Like other people buy, you know, just, you know, to play around, but her main focus was to figure out her man was cheating or not.
Damn.
This could quickly be solved by just, I guess, being like, okay, well, like, tell me the truth, or, you know, confronting your partner. But this girl, I mean, bought the Ouija board.
Damn, bro.
And she started playing around, right? And thinking nothing of it, her sole purpose was just to figure that out. She asked the Ouija board, like, is my man cheating? And the board went over to yes.
Oh, damn.
Went over to yes. And so she was like, okay, like, who is it? Or like, who is it? Can you give me like her name, or like where I can call her or something? And it starts giving out a whole bunch of numbers, and she starts writing them down, and it gives out a full number. Okay. So this girl does this. She leaves it, stops playing. He gives her the full number and calls the number that I gave her, right?
Yeah.
So she calls. A man answers, and when she was playing the Ouija board, my bad, it gave her a name and a phone number, not just a number. Name and a phone number. The name of the girl that her man was cheating on her with was Nayeli Ortiz. Okay, so she gets the number 2. She stops playing, and she goes and calls the number. A man answers, and she's like, hey, is there a Nayeli Ortiz here? Like, does she live there? And the guy's like, yes. And she's like, okay, can you put her on the phone for me? Like, I need to talk to her. And the guy stops answering. Like, he's not talking back. So she's like, hello? Like, hello? And the guy's like, yes. And then she's like, yeah, like, is there a Nayeli Ortiz? Like, I'm one of her friends. Like, I'd like to talk to her. Like, obviously she didn't know her, but she's like, I'm one of her friends. She's like, yeah. And the guy starts talking back. He's like, yeah, I just find it weird that, like, you're asking for my daughter because she's 2 years old. Oh, so like, she's like, she gets freaked out. She stops talking. She's like, what the fuck? Like, to her in her head, she's like, what the hell? You know, like,
what the heck?
Why is like a 2-year-old? Like, why did the Ouija board give me a 2-year-old? So she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry to have bothered you. Hangs up, and she's like, back to the Ouija board. She goes back. She's like, and starts asking the Ouija board, like, why did you give me, like, this name of this girl who's 2 years old? And the Ouija board says, because she is going to die tomorrow.
What?
Yeah. So she gets freaked out, stops playing, and, like, just, like, she gets freaked out, so she stops, right? For the night. The next day, she's looking for the number that the Ouija board gave her, and she finds it. And she calls back, and she's like, hey. She calls back again. Same guy answers, and he's like, yes, like, how can I help you? She's like, yeah, is there a Nayeli Ortiz there? I like to talk to her. And the guy starts, like, cussing her out and everything, and the girl's like, why are you, like, yelling at me and stuff? And the guy says, because my daughter passed away this morning. And she gets fucking shook, bro. She gets, like, shook.
Yeah.
So she's like, at this point, she hangs up, doesn't play with the Ouija board anymore for, like, months.
Yeah.
Nothing. And she hides the phone in her wallet. And months go by. And she tries calling again, looks for the phone number in her wallet, like the note, but it's not there. It, like, had disappeared.
What the heck?
Out of thin air. Like, just disappeared from her wallet.
No way.
And that was her case that she had, like, told this dude on the talk show.
What the fuck, bro? That shit's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Why?
Bro, what had me shook was when the guy's like, I find it weird that you're asking for my daughter because she's 2.
Yeah.
Like, she can't have friends right now, you know?
That shit's insane, bro.
Yeah, so she's like, what the fuck,
Hearing that part is insane. Because, like, what,
bro.
2 years old?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, she can't talk. She can't have friends right now. So it's a wild thing that the Ouija board gave her that name.
Yeah.
And that person in general. Bro, what the fuck? That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's insane. So the Ouija board literally just...
Like, told her, like... Because obviously they say when you play that, you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah, you don't.
You know?
You don't.
So they told them, we're like, I'm going to take this girl. Like, she's going to die tomorrow.
What? That's insane, bro. And it happened.
I know.
And it happened.
That shit is wild,
That's
bro.
so creepy, bro.
Would you ever have a talk show like that where people could call in?
And, like, give
You'd
their
get
stories?
a lot of people trolling too, though. For sure.
Yeah, you would.
You know?
You would get trolls.
I guess you could call a middleman and be like, okay, tell me your story first, and then you can tell it.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Yeah.
That's the best way. I think that's, like, yeah, definitely. Because definitely, I've had the idea of doing it on the podcast where we have random, like, I'm going to set up, like, a WhatsApp, you know? And then that way people can contact on there to try and get, like, their stories and stuff. Or even through, like, I don't know, Discord, whatever it could be. And have them tell their stories, like, on the podcast, and we listen to it and react to it. So obviously the show does it. That show does it, which is so sick. It's always
you guys
fascinating.
can look it up, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all this is. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. Most of it.
For sure. A lot of them.
The show went on for like a decade and a half or something like that. But
you definitely find a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely crazy, bro. Cause like, how does she think about it now? You know?
What do you mean?
Like the caller, her story.
Yeah.
Like does it still haunt her every day?
It
type
has
thing?
to, bro. I feel like that's something you don't ever forget about. I feel like even at random days you'll think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Honestly, huh? Yeah, because
Imagine,
stories like that, bro.
Calling someone and they're like, "Yeah, it's my daughter, but she's 2."
That's so
You're
crazy,
like,
bro.
What the fuck?
That's so crazy right there to hear that part.
I thought when I was like, because I was watching full episodes, bro.
Yeah.
Of La Man Peluda. They're like an hour and a half. And most of them are short stories like this one.
Yeah.
It takes like 10 minutes, at most 20. But another one I'll tell later on is took out that one story, took out the whole episode of that one. Like,
oh, really?
Whatever.
Damn, so it was like a longer story?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I have another one. Another like short one.
Uh-huh.
And it was of this guy, right? So this guy would like, okay, so we live here in this town. It's like if he lived like freaking 40 minutes away, right?
Yeah.
He'd have to drive like from work to home. It was like the drive was 40 minutes. So he was driving back home one night. He had promised his wife like to go out to eat that night, whatever. He was gonna get home around 8. He got out of work like at 7:15, right? 40-minute drive. As he's driving back, he finds this girl on the road with her car broken down. And so he, like, being the guy, he's like goes out and tries to help her, but they can't get the car to start. The car's broken down. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
So the girl's like, hey, do you think you could take me to my house? Like, he gives him the address, and the address is like right next to him. Like, they live pretty close,
Oh, okay, yeah.
like 2 minutes away driving, So he's like, yeah, sure, I can take you there. I I just promised my wife that, you know, I'd take her out to eat today. So I'm going to stop and I'll pick her up first so she doesn't think anything bad, you know? Because if he saw, like, his husband with the wife just alone, he'd just be like, what the fuck?
No, for sure.
You know? So, well, that was his idea. So she goes and picks up the wife, and then obviously the wife gets a little mad, like, who the fuck is this girl?
Yeah.
You know? Understandable, I guess, whatever. But, you know, he tells her the story, what happened. So she agrees to go drop her off. As they're dropping her off, they park in front of her, like, apartment. And she's like, okay, like, thank you so much. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Like, I have something for you guys. The couple's just there in the car. You know, they turn off the car. Like, 30 minutes go by. And at this point, the girl already went in the house, but she hasn't came out yet. You know? So they're like, what the hell? I'm like, what's going on? Like, they thought she was going to come out and, like, give him, like, you know, like, money for gas or something like that, you know? Something to show them, like, you know, thank you, something like that.
Yeah.
And she doesn't come out of the house. Like, 30 minutes go by, like I said. So they decide, like, hey, let's go knock on the door, see what happens.
To see who it is?
Yeah. See what's going on, you know, where she's at. So they go and knock, and a guy comes out. But the guy's shook. When people knock on your door that you don't know, you're like, what the fuck? You know? Like, you open, but you're shook, you know?
Because you're like, who are these randoms? Yeah.
He has that look on the face, and he's like, oh, hey, sir, we just dropped off your daughter. They didn't, on the, what I was listening to, they didn't want to give the name.
Yeah.
But they're like, we just dropped off your daughter, like, whatever her name was. And the guy's like, what the, like, the dad. It was the dad.
Yeah.
He's kind of weirded out. And the guy's like, are you okay? Like, you seem like, what's wrong? She's like, yeah, the name you just gave me, it is my daughter, but she passed away 3 months ago.
What the fuck, bro?
And then they were like, what? Like, same thing. They were like, they didn't believe him, you know, like,
yeah.
Like, oh, no, sir, like, we just dropped her off. Like,
Saw her walk in and all.
like, she just walked in your house. And he was like, like, he was, the guy, the dad wasn't scared or, like, shook by that, but he was more shook that, like, she had just, like, what the hell you mean you just dropped her off?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that's my daughter. She passed away 3 months ago.
What the fuck?
And then the dad tells him the story that what had happened is that where that guy picked her up, like, initially, like, that drive, like, that road at night, a bus picked her up, like, looking to help her. Same thing. Car was broken down, looking to help her. But what they did to her was assaulted her, you know, sexually assaulted her, all this, and then killed her.
Damn.
And left her there. So the guy picked her up the same place, same spot.
Yeah.
And took her home, but she had already passed away 3 months ago.
Damn, bro.
That's the story that he told. And then the dad was like, you know, I actually want to say thank you because she was looking, in his mind, she was looking for a way to get home. Because, you know, and they had finally brought her home.
That's wild.
So the dad, like, thanked them and stuff like that.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
Yeah,
that shit's crazy.
That shit was wild.
Picked up a ghost.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn, bro. That makes you feel bad, too, at the end. How the dad says that, too. Like, oh, you brought her home.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That's insane.
Because the guy and his wife both saw her back seat. She was there, like, straight up a person. And then she walks in the house, and then they're like,
nothing after that.
There was no one, I guess.
Bro, that's so trippy right there. Yeah. Imagine that were to happen. Dude, imagine you get that type of experience, you know? That shit would be crazy, bro. Because, like, you pick someone up, say you take them home, and it's like, all right.
Yeah.
And they tell you to wait, but then they never come back out. What are you doing? You waiting still? You going up to the door? You leaving?
Damn, bro.
If it takes a while, low-key, I think I'm leaving.
Yeah?
I think I would. Huh? I'd be like, what the fuck is happening? A setup? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You. Oh, yeah, low-key, huh? Yeah. Like yeah. I definitely dipped then.
But nah, damn, bro, I don't know. Maybe if you're with someone, like a couple other homies, then yeah, you'll probably go.
Yeah, to check.
But still, bro, that'd be creepy. Imagine if they told you that.
Imagine.
It's like, yeah, it's my daughter, actually, but she passed away like 3 months ago.
Damn. Bro, imagine you were to find out the house is, like, abandoned. Like you walk
Oh,
up to the
shit.
house and you notice like you can see through the window and there's
Yeah.
like empty
Yeah.
and like graffiti inside
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that shit. Imagine that.
Oh,
Like, oh shit, bro.
Yeah.
That would be scary right there.
That would be insane.
That's a crazy story though, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that tripped me out. I was like,
Holy
no
shit.
way. They're like, you were in the middle of it. I was like, no way. They're drop off like a ghost right now. But holy shit,
Nah, yeah, that's wild.
that's a good one, bro. That's fucking terrifying right there too.
There's a lot of stories too, bro. So
Yeah.
I've been looking like a lot into it. Some of them are kind of, you can tell they're like trolling a bit because they call themselves like, they just make it seem like non-believable, but the guy's still listening to them because, you know, it's a job or whatever.
Yeah,
but
for sure. Damn,
Yeah.
bro. That's crazy. Have you have you listened to one that's like super off?
like you can tell it's
Like,
not true.
you just can't tell. Like, or you could believe it. Like, no, that shit is not true.
Yeah,
Like,
it's,
they're clowning
about
right now.
One of this guy that he was calling himself like the master of something.
What the fuck, really?
All the comments were like, "What the fuck is this, bro?" You know?
Without trolling him?
Yeah. They're
Damn,
like,
bro.
Yeah, I stopped listening once he said he was the master of this bullshit.
Yeah. Okay, I can see it.
You know what I mean?
I can see it
But
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. I've wondered because like that should just be funny, to listen. Like you're used to getting scary stories.
Yeah.
Like, damn, bro, like it gets you scared. But then I know where you get that like goofy one where you're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah.
Like he's tripping right now.
I know.
This one was crazy, bro. I was reading this one. Originally, I saw it as a TikTok.
Okay.
Originally, I saw it like as a TikTok. It was like the picture form. Like it was like most mysterious, unusual cases, and one of them
Oh, okay. I know what you
like
mean.
had a picture
Yeah.
of like the case, and then like it said it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna look into that one because it looked like or interesting.
See, bro, don't ban TikTok, please.
Yeah, do not ban that shit, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be sad. We're gonna have to go to YouTube Shorts.
No, yeah, for real.
But yeah, so this one is a mysterious case about Chandler Halderson is the guy's name, and how Snapchat actually helped discover a murder. You guys heard that right? Snapchat, the app,
I believe it though. I feel like a lot. But I feel like there's a lot
Okay,
of
how-
those cases though.
like social media helps in
Social
a way.
media, yeah, for sure.
This one, Snapchat, it was used to help find it, but like accidentally almost.
Okay.
But I'm getting to the story. So Chandler Halderson, he was a young man living in Wisconsin with his parents Bart and Krista, along with his brother Mitchell. And Chandler was a normal person. He was nice and polite. Never had any problems with anybody or anything at all. So never problematic. Never showed anything weird. He was just like a normal person. Now, once graduating high school, he had started working part-time at an insurance company. And he also started attending Madison University, which is a university out in Wisconsin. And that's what he told his parents. His plan was, he's attending a university now and he's working part-time at an insurance company. And that's what his parents know about him. Now, during all this, those were lies. All that was lies. He wasn't doing any of that.
Oh shit.
So his father, Bart, he started gaining suspicion and would ask him, how's school going? Is it possible I can see your transcripts, your grades, just to see, And Chandler would tell him, yeah, hold on, give me a bit and I'll give you the information. And during this time, Chandler would make fake Google accounts and do whatever he can to make it look like his dad was talking to the actual university. You know what I'm saying? Like fake emails and stuff like this to make it seem like Chandler would be like, here's the emails, you can contact my school, ask him for anything. And the dad would do it. The dad, Bart, he would do it, talk to the schools, but it was actually Chandler using fake accounts the whole time. So then...
Okay, I get it now.
That's what it was. So time goes by. During this, a little time goes by. He starts dating this girl. He also tells his parents that he's done with college. So for a few years have passed by. He tells his parents, hey, I finished college and I got hired to work at SpaceX down in Florida.
Damn, what the fuck?
And that's what he tells them. And obviously, this is all lies. These are still lies that's happening. So
He graduated. Couldn't the parents be like, okay, what the fuck, graduation?
yeah, like where'd the graduation go? But I guess I don't know. They didn't really ask for it.
Damn,
Which is one thing I want to say. I'm not trying to be racist here or anything at all. But that's one thing I've noticed with like white people, Americans, I'm not trying to be racist, like I said, at all. But I've noticed going to other people's graduations that white people, like their family don't really go to their graduations in college.
Really?
like I've noticed, like for us Mexicans, like it's such a big
It
deal.
is a big deal.
It's such a big deal to
It
go
is,
to a
bro, for
graduation.
sure.
1,000,000%. Like you're getting the whole family
I
going,
know.
50 plus people.
Yeah.
But or in colored people in general, I guess you could
Yeah.
say as well. But for, you know, white people, like you don't really see that much, you know? Maybe like your whoever's graduating, maybe their girlfriend shows up, maybe their boyfriend shows up for your graduation. But that's it.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's I don't know why. Like unusual. Like I said, not trying to be racist or nothing, but that's what I've noticed. So yeah, so Chandler, he even convinces his girlfriend to move down to Florida with him as well. Obviously, they've been dating for a few years now, so she says yes. And at this time, he fakes an accident that he supposedly fell down some stairs and damaged his spine, his neck. And because of that, he even went to the doctors saying that his back was hurting, his neck was hurting really bad. The doctors, you know, did like scans, tests on him, x-rays, like, hey, there's nothing really wrong with you. And then he would keep complaining like, oh, it hurts. So the doctors, they would just give him like a neck brace, basically, just a neck brace.
Yeah.
So I guess it was all in plan to try and, I don't know, help him fake his fake accident, I guess. Because of that, this delays his move down to Florida to go to SpaceX and work over there. And his parents are, because of the accident, well, his parents think it was a real accident. They're taking care of him. They're driving him around and all this stuff. He's like living nice because, you know, he got hurt supposedly. So his parents are obviously going to take care of him now. His dad during this time gets even more suspicious again. And it's to the point where he decides to contact the university just in case. But he looks it up himself. He goes on the website. He looks it up himself. Not using the emails that he was sent from Chandler. So he goes, checks, just to make sure that, you know, he graduated and nothing's getting in the way of him getting a good job at least. And that's when the university gets back into contact with the father and tells him the last time Chandler attended class was in 2019. And he had failed all his classes at the time. So it's been years since he even was in class. So he didn't graduate. It's been years, and he failed all his classes the last time he was there. His dad then texts Chandler saying, I spoke with the university. I'm ready when you are. Like saying, hey, like I actually spoke to them. I know you didn't go.
Bro, that text must be terrifying.
It must be, bro, getting that shit.
Yeah, you're from your dad.
Yeah. It's like when you get that report card at home, and they're like,
bro, I know.
And you're like, fuck, bro. That feeling,
bro. Because my dad would get pissed even if I had one bad grade.
Yeah, like 1D, you know.
And one time I did have like a D or an F, I think.
It
was one class too out of all of them.
Yeah.
Fuck. And I knew the day the report card would get home.
Yeah.
I tried to stall out so much time. I went to the mall after school, like do something, bro. But
then once you get home, it was done for, bro. He's waiting there with the fucking mail in his hand.
I know he's like, "What is this shit?" I'm all.
You're like, oh, fuck.
But it's funny because you're like, "What are you supposed to say to what is this?"
Yeah, like, yo, everyone failed that class. The teacher's just bad. That shit is cloudy, bro.
So, you know, my response was like, I don't know. And then that would have pissed him off more.
Oh my gosh,
you know?
yeah.
Like, me, you don't know.
Like, you go to school for this? I work all day for this.
I know.
I'm gonna take this out because it's gonna traumatize a lot of us, low key. But yeah, bro. That shit, that shit was scary as fuck.
That's funny as fuck.
But imagine that. Imagine you so on graduated college, and now your dad finds out about this.
Dude.
Like, hey, I spoke to the school.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready when you are.
Yeah.
Like, to talk about everything. That shit must be terrifying, bro.
Dude, I know.
But so he sends that text and everything. And he's expecting to like get the truth, you know, finally to talk about everything that's been happening, or his lies, I guess. After that, the father is never heard from again.
Damn, what the fuck?
You know, just randomly, the father is never heard from. You know, what the fuck? Like, just disappears almost. A little bit later, Chandler then calls his mother saying, can you bring soda on your way back home? And he also says, don't even bother calling dad, you know? Like, his phone is dead and everything, you know? But he's okay. He's over here at the house. So his mom goes, gets the soda. She arrives home. And same thing, is never heard from again.
Yeah.
The mom is never heard from again. The dad is never heard from him again. Days go by. And a coworker of Krista, the mother, notices that she didn't come into work. And she usually always goes to work, never, rarely calls out, rarely. And when she does call, like, hey, I won't make it today. And they noticed that was weird. So the specific coworker decides after work to go check on, her and the family, goes to the house. And when he goes to the house, he notices that the cars are all still there. Her car and Bart's car, the father. Both of their cars are in the driveway. So he knocks on the door. Chandler answers. And he asks, where's his parents? Like, are his parents home? And Chandler responds was like, oh, they went on a vacation out to the lake house. So they'll probably be gone for a bit. The coworker's like, oh, yeah, like, it's 4th of July weekend right now. So a lot of people, they go on like little vacation type thing, during this time. And so that happens. The coworker, nothing. Some days go by. Again, it's after the weekend now. 4th of July has passed. And the coworker notices again that Krista didn't come into work again. And the same thing. Didn't even call in either. So gets really suspicious about this. Goes back to Chandler. Like says, hey, are your parents home? Chandler responds like, no, they haven't made it back yet. And the coworker's like, you should probably file a police report, because this is unusual. So Chandler calls the police and files a report that they had gone missing. He even goes around his neighborhood asking, like, have you seen my parents? Have you seen my parents? Chandler's just asking around, knocking every door. And there's even, like, footage of this through neighbors' Ring doorbells. Mm-hmm. There's, like, footage of him going up, knocking, be like, hey, have you seen my parents? Like, they haven't come back home. Yeah. They might be missing. All that. Police grow suspicious just because it's such a weird, unusual case right now with everything going on. So a little after, a farmer that lived nearby Chandler and all this neighborhood and everything, they go up to the police saying that Chandler was near his property just recently. Unusual. Chandler has like no reason to be near this farmer's property at all. So they think it's weird. Investigators take a look around the farm to see if there's anything wrong, maybe because he was there. So it's just unusual for it. And the investigators ended up finding the father's torso under a tree, just like almost half digging up. And it was just the torso, nothing else, no other body parts. Damn. Just underneath the tree. Yeah. And around this area also, they found weapons, like saws that were used to cut him, like dismember him basically. Yeah. That were used to dismember him. And those were all around. They were still bloody. DNA tests were confirming that it was the father's like blood and everything. So the father dismembered, cut up. Some of his parts were found, not all of them. Now they're really suspicious. Now they know it's Chandler. He did something. And at this point, they can't find nothing about the mother, though. They can't find nothing about him, which is weird. And it's confusing the investigators. Neighbors remember seeing Chandler's home chimney on as well. So his chimney is on with the smoke coming out. Now, remind you, it's summer. It's July. There's no reason to have a chimney on, Yeah. Like, it's hot already. Why do you need a chimney for? It's just going to get more hot inside the house. So investigators decide to take a look inside the chimney, and they find fragments of bone inside the chimney. Tiny fragments all around scattered, along with, like, the wood that's been burnt and everything. And same thing, they match the DNA, they test it, and they see that it's the father's bones. Still same thing, nothing with the mother, though. But they find that's the rest of the father's bones in there. One night after his parents had gone missing, Chandler tells his girlfriend to bring a lot of ice over for his ice chest, because in the basement they have an ice chest, huge ice chest. She doesn't suspect anything of it, because it's just like the night after. She hadn't known like what's been going on or anything. Yeah. So she spends the night as well, and the morning after, Chandler rushes her out of the house. Like, hey, you gotta leave, you gotta leave, you gotta leave. Like, rushes her. She gets out, and she thinks that's suspicious. Now, for a different reason, though, because now she thinks that he might be cheating on her. Oh, okay. And during this time, they've had each other's location on Snapchat. Okay. So they can see where they both go all times, on Snapchat, because they have their location. And she thinks she's being cheated on, so she's watching his location after that, after she got rushed out of the house. And she notices that he ends up at the Wisconsin River, like a few 20, 30 minutes away. Wisconsin River is so random. Why is he at the river? Why did he rush me out just to go to a river afterwards? Yeah. As she's being investigated, because obviously she's a girlfriend, the cops decide to take her phone just to see if they can find anything. Like maybe he texted her like, hey, I killed my parents. I'm going to put this here and all that stuff, So they're looking through her phone, and obviously Chandler told her about nothing. But they found a screenshot of Chandler at the Wisconsin River. of his location, as I said, on Snapchat, and she screenshotted it just to show him, like, later on, like, hey, are you cheating on me? Like, why were you here?
Yeah.
And so the cops use that information. They head over to the Wisconsin River, and at the river, they end up finding the mother. Her body was at the river.
Yeah.
That's why he was there.
Damn.
Now, obviously, the cops find the body. They find, obviously, the dad's dismembered body and everything. And Chandler gets arrested because of all this for murder of his parents. He gets trialed in court where he was charged with first-degree murder, homicide, hiding corpses, and providing false information. And they sentenced him with life in prison. That was his sentencing. And his entire motive of doing these crimes were later found out that it was just fear of his parents finding out about his lies. That's the only reason,
Damn, bro.
That's the only reason. And
That's
yeah,
insane.
to this day, Chandler is in prison right now, sentence of life. Parents have been murdered. And his other brother, Mitchell, which wasn't there for all of that, now he has a brother in jail and no parents at all now.
Yeah.
Crazy as hell.
Damn.
Crazy.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Just because he lied?
Just because he lied. He did all that because of the fear of getting caught. And obviously, you know, we just saw it, bro. We just saw it. Like, he was scared of that.
He was scared as fuck.
Yeah, to a point where he did all of that, bro. And that's the case of Chandler Halderson, bro.
Yeah. He could just been like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
His parents would have forgave him, obviously.
Yeah, they would have, you know.
Eventually.
Yeah, they would have been mad at first. Would take a little bit.
Yeah. But, dude, that's actually insane.
I know.
Because then you're living with more fear of getting caught in that.
Exactly. Which is just so insane in general, bro. Like, damn, the amount of panic, like, going through him and everything, for him to do that, it just sounds so crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, how are you going to murder your parents?
Yeah, bro.
For the fact that you lied about graduating school and about a job and all that. Which, I don't know. It's just insane, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy case. I was listening to it, reading it, and I was like, damn, bro. Like, it was one of those, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, people get like that, you know?
I guess so.
People get like
Shit,
that.
that's crazy.
That shit wild,
To
bro.
the point murdering your own parents, though, bro?
Yeah, I know. It's what's
How can you
insane.
do that?
I don't know.
This case on the Mano Peluda, how can you say it? The hairy hand?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Translation? Pretty much.
But
Funny
okay,
ass
so
translation.
its most famous case was the case of Josue, which it was just like any other case. He calls in on the line, right? He calls in and he's like, okay, my name is Josue and everything. I'm going to tell my case, right? He's like, there's some parts that I can't say or names that I can't say, but, you know, this is my case. And they're like, okay. His story, right? And he says that he used to live a pretty good lifestyle. He was like on the richer side, you know. His family was on the richer side, so he'd pretty much have whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
You know, you go eat wherever you want, do whatever you want, pretty much. That's how he lived until the age of 14, when he turned 14. And he said that's when his family went through like an economic like crisis and stuff. So like they started losing money, you know, like everything was going bad. So him seeing that, he was just like, he wasn't used to that, you know?
Yeah.
Living like the poor do, you know? He had to go back to that, like living that way. So what he said he started doing was started praying and everything, but he said he started praying he said it to the devil.
Yeah. Damn.
Praying to the devil, Lucifer, and any demon. He said that in his prayers he would say he wanted to see them. He said he wanted to see the devil, like Lucifer, anything, like just to confirm that they're real. And months go by, nothing happens, but he ends up finding like a witchcraft like book, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he said that it got to a point in the book where there's text in what's that thing called? Hebrew, something like that?
Oh yeah,
You know,
the Hebrew.
Yeah. Very old text that would tell you like what to do to actually summon like a demon stuff.
Yeah.
So he starts doing that. He starts like praying and everything, like reading that text out loud and everything. And eventually after like a year and a half of like reading all of that, he was like about to end it. He was like about to commit suicide because he wasn't getting any answers.
Damn.
So he's saying he started reading the text, and while he was reading the text, he cut his veins.
Damn.
And all of a sudden, he said, a man in a suit, he was dark colored, like black person, sat by him and told him, "Didn't you want to see me?" He told him that. Like, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He said, "I thought you wanted to see me." And the guy's like, he said that he told him, he's like, "No, like, I can't believe, like, you're the devil. Like, I can't, like, you know?"
Yeah.
He said all of this, like, was happening. He said that the guy showed him how to do a lot of stuff. He said he showed him how to, like, take control of an animal, like a dog. He wanted to, like, possess a dog and do, like, whatever the dog, like, you want him to do. Like, he taught him how to do that.
Damn, bro.
Which is crazy. Like, this guy taught him so many stuff. Like, when he was doing the ritual, he encountered the guy. Like, the guy just went up to him. Like, he appeared out of nowhere. And he said years went on, but in order for him to stay, like, the demon, the guy would have to do a lot of stuff. Bring in a dead animal, all this stuff, you know? Years kept going by. It got to a point where the demon was like, okay, you're going to get all the riches, you know, fame, everything, but you're going to have to kill, like, one of your family members.
Damn.
So the guy was like, fuck, I can't, like, he's like, he said he couldn't think of anyone, like, to kill, but he was willing to do it, you know? He said he thought about it. He was like, killing my parents? Like, no, like, this is why I'm doing this, like, to give them money. He said, my siblings, like, the same. I can't do this because I'm trying to do this to give them money. Until he thought about it, he was like, my grandma, like,
damn,
she already lived her life. Damn. Like, he actually thought about doing all this
That's
stuff,
insane, bro.
At the end of the day, he didn't end up killing his grandma.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's where his case ends, right? The phone call ends. He says that's what he's been doing. But he says he's been trying to get out of it.
Oh,
like,
shit.
But he can't find a way to, like, he sees demons every day. Like, you don't see them, but if he were to sit down here, he'd see demons, like,
damn,
roaming around.
Yeah.
He said he's tired of it. He's trying to get out of it. He's wanting help. So the guy, the radio host, obviously, the Mano, Peluda, tries to help him and tried to get out of it, right? Nothing happens, but a few years go by, and they I don't know if you know of a program called Extra Normal. It was on, like, Mexican.
Yeah.
Extra Normal, right? Something like that.
I remember the show.
They want to interview this guy Josue, and it takes a little while, but he's like, okay, I'll do the interview, but we have to meet up here, and the radio host has to be there. The Mano Peluda radio host, he has to be there in the interview. Damn. And then the interview is going to be held by a lake, which is, they thought it was weird, but they're like, okay, fine, we'll do it. So they're okay. So Jose shows up, they all show up, and they start asking him, like, this is your case. It's like, it's gone, like, very famous, you know, over the years. Like, can you tell us more about it? And he's like, yeah, like, everything I said in there was real. And he also reveals that one of the demons asked him to bring in a baby, which he was about to do, he said. Damn. No one knows if he did it.
Yeah.
He said he was about to do it, but he couldn't, like, I guess he said he couldn't man up to do it, which is already crazy. Like, where the fuck would you even think of
think about
bringing a baby, you know?
Yeah, that's insane.
Crazy.
Right there.
But while this interview is going on, you can see he has in his right hand, he has a glove, a black glove, and his left hand is, like, normal, like, nothing on it, normal. And when they get there to interview him, like, the guys of the show try to shake his hand, and usually it's your right hand, right? Like,
yeah, usually.
But he shakes their hands with his left hand. But the radio host goes and shakes his hand and goes in with his right hand, the one that has the glove. And at first, they didn't think anything of it, right?
Yeah.
But night goes on, whatever. And the night goes on, the interview starts getting a little bit weird. Like, the cameraman is, like, starts to feel, like, a little sick. The radio host of the Mano Peluda that had to be there, he requested for him to be there. He starts, like, in the video, you can see him, like, hold his stomach like this. I'll show you a video too.
All right.
And the interview is just normal. He's just with the mic and Jose is talking, right?
Yeah.
But later on, like, the interview goes fine. It ends, and the guy who was interviewing him starts driving home. You know, after his segment, or whatever, and he gets in an accident. He doesn't die, but he gets in a very bad accident. He's hospitalized and everything. And then the radio host of La Mano Peluda just passes away. Passed
Damn.
away a few days later. I think it might have been a month later, actually, of a weird infection that they could not track. Like, they didn't know how it happened.
Yeah.
It just passed away.
What?
And then it was said to believe that, you know how in the beginning I told you that he was trying to get out of this whole demonic thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
He said that he held the interview there and he brought the radio host there to sacrifice him. That's why he shook his hand with his right hand and
The
everyone
glove.
else
Oh shit.
and everyone else with the left hand.
Damn, bro.
It said that he sacrificed him
Him.
so he could get out of this whole
What?
life that he was living.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah. And bro, this guy's still alive. They're
Yeah.
interviewing him still. Like,
Still
these
to this
years.
day. What?
He claims that he has nothing to do with it, but
Like, who knows? Because of coincidence, like the timing, that's absolutely
yeah,
terrifying.
they couldn't
Right there.
figure out what had happened to him. He
What
just
the
died of
fuck?
an infection, bro.
That sounds so crazy, bro. Damn, he passed away.
And
just
he's
a month
he's
after.
like rich now and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, is he really?
Yeah. Like, he's
Fuck.
not going
Yeah, he
through
did
anymore.
that shit. He did that shit.
You know
bro.
what I mean?
He did that
So,
shit.
It's weird because years later go by and they try
Uh-huh.
to help him, like giving an interview, like see what's going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because he's wearing a glove.
Mm-hmm.
He shakes his hand with the right hand,
Yeah.
but everyone else with the left hand. Like, who shakes hands with the left hand, bro?
Yeah, bro.
No one does that.
No one.
Literally no one.
Even if you're a lefty,
Yeah.
most of the time you still go with the right
Yeah.
because most people are right-handed.
Mhm.
Bro, that's insane.
He just died of an infection, bro.
Yeah.
No one could figure out why. Like, doctors and everything, they
What
could not
the
figure out how or why.
He did that shit, bro.
So
Because the
it-
timing is
yeah.
insane.
So now, interviewers now, they're like, what happened there? Like, why? He's like, I don't know. Like, I have nothing to do with that.
That's so crazy, bro.
But yeah, that's how it ended, bro. People believe, obviously, that it's because
Because of him.
he sacrificed his life in order for him to be free from all that.
Yeah. Damn, that's scary, bro. Just to think about, like, because I guess the demons were asking for a family member.
Yeah.
I wonder how he did it
Yeah.
in order to change it from family member to the host, the radio host, you know, and sacrifice him instead. That's so wild, bro.
But what was crazy is that when he was saying the story, he was about to like commit suicide.
Yeah.
And then some guy appears.
Yeah, that shit's
And he's
scary.
like, didn't you want to see me?
Fucking it's supposed to be the
Bro,
devil, bro.
What did that happen to you,
The
bro?
whole devil, like, oh shit, damn.
Yeah,
bro.
in the story, he was like, I thought you'd be more like have horns and everything, you know?
Yeah,
And the guy, he said that the guy in the suit was like no, like, that's not how it is.
bro, that's crazy to
know
think
what I mean?
about. Yeah, hell yeah. Would you believe that shit
What?
if you saw that? And he said that, like,
Fuck, dude.
I'm the devil.
Shit.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be
You'd be
insane.
traumatized.
Hell yeah, seeing him.
Because then he, obviously, like I said, he, like living his life, he would just see demons around.
Everywhere he went, walking wherever he would go. So he finally got tired of it.
Yeah, he was scared. Like, he
Yeah.
was like, I can't do this shit like this.
Damn, bro.
I can't live like this.
Yeah.
So
So you had
he
to
found a
do.
way to get out, and people believe he obviously won't admit it.
Mhm.
He's always been like, I have nothing to do with it. Like,
Damn.
and even I believe he even went on to say that it was all fake.
Mhm.
But after he was like already admitted to like, yes, this is my case and all that.
Yeah.
People obviously are saying like, well, yeah, he's gonna say it's fake now. I already did all that, whatever.
True. They are gonna say that.
But yeah,
Damn. Yeah. I mean, it's so convincing. To be honest, overall, like it has. The timing's insane
yeah, bro. The timing is crazy.
for him to even the details, just the small details as well, like him
'Cause, bro,
shaking with
guy
the
who was
right hand.
interviewing him.
Yeah.
he got in an accident. He didn't die,
Yeah, he got in an
but he got
accident.
in a driving back home, bro. You know,
That's insane right there.
like what the fuck?
And then the other one actually passes away a little after. That's so crazy, bro. Fuck
Yeah.
that. Imagine that shit. I'm shaking nobody's hand, bro.
Dude, you gotta. I guess you gotta be careful with that
Yeah.
kind of show that you got going on.
Yeah, you definitely
You got
have
people
to,
calling in
man.
and stuff.
Oh, that's scary, bro.
Damn.
I'm not gonna be able to shake nobody's hand after. I'm gonna let me see your hand. You got a glove on? Fuck no, take it off.
Imagine.
What do you think he had? Why did he wear the glove? You think he had like markings or something?
Oh, he had a ring.
Oh,
He had a ring.
It was a ring.
Yeah.
And is that what was able to do it?
Well, so it was said that in order for him to get all the like the riches and stuff, that ring had to be on. He could not take it off.
I got you.
And there was also what was it? He tried to take it off when he was like trying to get out of the life that he was living,
Yeah.
but he even went to like Brazil with like a what's it called, like a brujo. How do you call it? Like a guy that deals with like witchcraft and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like tied to him. Like he cannot take off the ring.
Damn, bro. That's insane.
Yeah. So
ring.
that's where the ring was in that hand. Shook his hand. And
that's crazy, bro. So that's why he wore the glove to cover it up?
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, it was. Because in the interview, they're like, what do you have like under the glove? It's a ring.
Damn, bro.
The interview, there's nothing special in the interview.
Yeah,
just goes over his case and everything. That's it.
That's wild. I'm gonna for sure watch the interview. Just just to watch, because I'm interested in study his body behavior, stuff like that.
He doesn't show his face.
Oh, he doesn't.
Like the camera's in the back of his head.
Oh,
they show the radio host and the interviewer.
Damn, bro. Are all his interviews like that?
Well, the one on the radio show, the very first one,
that was just voice.
It was over the phone.
Okay.
But all his interviews after that, you can see his face now.
Oh, what the heck?
It's just crazy, huh?
That is, bro. That's such a weird case. Yeah. I'm watching that shit for sure because it sounds horrifying.
You can watch like regular, not even that case, just other cases.
For sure, huh?
They're
some crazy ones.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna look into those too.
Sure.
Then
like I watched them when I was like playing COD.
Yeah,
just so I wouldn't get scared as fuck,
Y'all getting scared and shit. Like,
or I was just turning on like George Lopez after.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Some random shit after to not get scared. Yeah, I feel it. I'll be doing the same.
Yeah, bro.
I will cut it there then, bro.
But
we got a nice long episode for this one.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys are new. Leave a comment down below. Help the algorithm. If you guys want to hear anything at all, any cases, stories, whatever, let us know.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. We'll catch you on the next one then.
Bet later. Come on, I just faked everything.
Shake my hand back. Come on.